struck a crowd outside a Los Angeles nightclub. The driver was then shot by a bystander, according to the police. Tyrone Bowman live. Let's talk about this story. According to CNN, at least 30 people were injured, 7 of them critically, when a vehicle drove into a crowd waiting in line outside an East Hollywood nightclub early Saturday, according to the Los Angeles Fire Department. Los Angeles Police Department Captain Ben Fernandez told the Los Angeles Times the driver was kicked out of the Vermont Hollywood for being disruptive before the incident. From review of the video, he went up to the sidewalk further down, and when he was hit by bystanders, it was an intentional act, quote, close quote. Fernandez told the LA Times he was pulled from the car, handcuffed by security, and then beaten by bystanders before being shot in the back by an individual from across the street. Quote, close quote. The driver has been identified as 29-year-old Fernando Ramirez, according to the LAPD. Ramirez was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon, but a motive has not yet been identified. An LAPD spokesperson told CNN, clarifying the suspect was shot in the buttocks in the aftermath of the crash. Arriving firefighters found a vehicle had driven through a large number of people in front of the Vermont Hollywood music venue. They drove through a taco stand, through the valet podium, and then through the crowd of people that were waiting to go inside, said Captain Adam Van Jerpen, the public information officer for the Los Angeles Fire Department. It was a very chaotic scene, Van Jerpen said. Once the car came to a stop, the driver of the vehicle was pulled out and physically assaulted by bystanders, according to Jeff Lee, the public information officer with the Los Angeles Police Department. During the altercation, one of the bystanders shot the driver, Lee said. Police believe the driver was intoxicated. A law enforcement official briefed on the situation previously told CNN. There was no indication beyond the impaired state of the driver that there was any other criminal intent or connection to terrorism, the official said at the time. 7 victims were transported in critical condition, 6 in serious condition, and 10 in fair condition. The LAPD said 7 patients refused transport after being assessed on scene, according to the department. The victims included 18 women and 12 men in their mid-20s to early 30s, according to Lillian Carranza, a commander with the LAPD. Patients with broken bones and soft tissue injuries were transported to the appropriate trauma centers and surrounding hospitals, Van Gerpen said, noting that one victim also had a gunshot wound. Los Angeles police officers were initially dispatched to the scene on a report of an assault with a deadly weapon, and found the vehicle had driven into the crowd for reasons unknown, with the driver being assaulted by bystanders, according to police. The sidewalk outside the nightclub was busy at the time, said Los Angeles Fire Department Public Information Officer Eric Scott. Many people were lined up at the valet podium, coming out of the nightclub, and standing around the food stand, he said. There was no structural damage to the building, said Scott, who added the scale of the response was significant. We're very fortunate. There were no deaths. When you have 30 individuals injured and 7 critical, we're very appreciative of the coordinated effort of our public safety partners, and we remain committed to supporting the victims in the community, Scott said. Once first responders were able to assess the driver, they provided medical treatment and discovered the gunshot wound, according to police. One of our paramedics, when they started doing their secondary assessment of the patient, they identified a gunshot. The driver was transported and is undergoing surgery, but is in stable condition, according to police. However, he is not free to leave. He is in the custody of the Los Angeles Police Department, and we're looking at charges such as an attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon at this point, said Carranza. The male shooting suspect, wearing a blue jersey, fled, according to the LAPD. Police believe a silver revolver was used in the shooting. Quote, we consider him armed and dangerous right now, end quote, Lee said. This is a heartbreaking tragedy, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass said in a statement Saturday morning. Quote, I want to thank the more than 100 LAFD and LAPD personnel who responded to the scene to help save lives. The hearts of Angelinos are with all of the victims impacted this morning. A full investigation into what happened is underway. Video of the incident showed multiple injured people on the street and sidewalk being treated for their injuries. Some were seen being taken away on stretchers as police cordoned off the area. People were helping each other out. People were waiting to go inside the nightclub. They're ordering tacos, so they're seeing people that they don't even know are injured. They're stepping in to help them out. The fire department coordinated patient triage and transport from the incident that happened around 2 a.m. local time, the department said. 124 fire personnel assisted at the scene. Never surrender. Never quit.